Oh, y'all, page 99. Page 99, chapter 10. One day, Hezekiah asked off from work to go off with the ball team. Janie told him not to hurry back. She could close up the store herself this once. He cautioned her about the catches on the windows and the doors and swaggered off. About the catches on the windows and the doors and swaggered off to Winter Park, the locks. Business was dull all day because numbers of people had gone to the game. She decided to close early because it was hardly worth the trouble of keeping open on an afternoon like this. She had set 6 o'clock as her limit. At 5:30, a tall man came into the place. Jenny was leaning on the counter making aimless pencil marks on a piece of wrapping paper. She knew she didn't know his name, but he looked familiar. "Good evening, Miss Starks," he said with a sly grin as if they had a joke together. She was in favor of the story that was making him laugh before she even heard it. "Good evening," she answered pleasantly. "You got all that advantage because I don't know your name. People wouldn't know me like they would you. I guess standing in a store do make a person get to be known in the vicinity. Look like I've seen you somewhere." "Oh, I don't live no further than Orlando. I'm easy to see on Church Street most any day or night. You got any smoking tobacco?" She opened the glass case. "What kind?" "Camels." She handed over the cigarettes and took the money. He broke the pack and thrust one between his full purple lips. "You got a little piece of fire over there, lady." They both laughed and she handed him 2 kitchen matches out of a box for that purpose. It was time for him to go, but he didn't. He leaned on the counter with one elbow and cold-cocked her a look. "Why ain't you at the ball game too? Everybody else is there." "Well, I see somebody else besides me ain't there. I just sold some cigarettes." They laughed again. That's 'cause I'm dumb. I got the thing all mixed up. I thought the game was going to be out at Hungerford, so I got a ride to where this road turns off from the Dixie Highway and walked over here, and then I'll find out the game is in Winter Park. That was funny to the both of them. "So what are you going to do now? All the cars in Edenville's gone. How about playing you some checkers? He looks hard to beat." "I is, 'cause I can't play a lick." "You don't cherish the game then?" "Yes, I do, and then again, I don't know whether I do or not, 'cause nobody ain't ever showed me how. This is the last day for that excuse. You got a board around here." "Yes, indeed. Them folks treasures the game around here. I just ain't never learned how." He set it up and began to show her, and she found herself glowing inside. Somebody wanted her to play. Somebody thought it natural for her to play. That was even nice. She looked him over and got little thrills from every one of his good points. Those full, lazy eyes with the lashes curling sharply away like drawn scimitars. The lean, over-padded shoulders and narrow waist, even nice. He was jumping her king. She screamed in protest against losing the king she had had such a hard time acquiring. Before she knew it, she had grabbed his hand to stop him. He struggled gallantly to free himself. That is, he struggled, but not hard enough to wrench a lady's fingers. "Ah, got a right to take it. You left it right in my way." "Yeah, but I was looking off when you went and stuck your men right up next to mine. No fair." "You ain't supposed to look off, Miss Starks. It's the biggest part of the game to watch out. Leave go in my hand." "No, sir, not my king. You can take another one, but not that one." They scrambled and upset the board and laughed at it. "Anyhow, it's time for a Coca-Cola," he said. "I'll come teach you some more other time. It's all right to come teach me, but don't come to cheat me. You can't beat a woman, they just won't stand for it, but I'll come teach you again. You going to be a good player too after a while." "You reckon so?" Jody used it to tell me I never would learn. It was too heavy for my brains. Folks is playing it with sense and folks is playing it without, but you got good meat on your head. You'll learn. You have a cool drink on me." "All right, thank you. Got plenty cold ones today. Nobody ain't been here to buy one. All gone off to the game. You ought to be at the game next game. Tain't no use in you staying here if everybody else is gone. You don't buy from yourself, dude. You crazy thing. Of course I don't, but I'm worried about you a little." "How come?" "Afraid I ain't going to pay for these drinks." "Oh, no. How you going to get back home?" "Wait around here for a car. If none don't come, I got good shoe leather. Tain't but 7 miles no how. I could walk down in no time, easy. If it was me, I'd wait on the train. 7 miles is kind of long walk." "It would be for you, 'cause you ain't used to it, but I seen women walk further than that. You could too if you had it in to do." "Maybe so, but I'll ride the train as long as I got railroad fare. I don't need no pocket full of money to ride a train like a woman. When I take a notion, I rides anyhow, money or no money." Ain't you something, Mr. You never did tell me what your name was." "I sure didn't. Wasn't expecting for it to be needed. The name my mama give me is Vergable Woods. They calls me Tea Cake for short." "Tea Cake? So you sweet as all that?" She laughed and he gave her a little cut-eye look to get her meaning. "Ah, may be guilty. You better try me and see." She did something halfway between a laugh and a frown and set his hat on straight. And he set his hat on straight. I thought she did that. Like, what? Believe me, I done cut a hog. So I guess I better catch air." He made an elaborate act of tipping to the door stealthily and looked back at her with an irresistible grin on his face. Janie burst out laughing in spite of herself. "You crazy thing." He turned and threw his hat at her feet. "If she don't throw it at me, I'll take a chance on coming back," he announced, making gestures to indicate he was hidden behind a post. She picked up the hat and threw it after him with a laugh. "Even if she had a brick, she couldn't hurt you with it," he said to an invisible companion. "The lady can't throw. The lady can't throw." He gestured to his companion, stepped out from behind the imaginary lamppost, set his coat and hat, and strolled back to where Janie was as if he had just come in the store. "Evening, Miss Starks. Could you let me have a pound of knuckle pudding till Saturday? I'm a show to pay you thin." "You needs 10 pounds, Mr. Teague. I'll let you have all I got, and you needn't bother about paying it back." They joked and went on till the people began to come in. Then he took a seat and made talk and laughter with the rest until closing time. When everyone else had left, he said, "I reckon I done overlaid my leaving time, but I figured you needed somebody to help you shut up the place. Since nobody else ain't round here, maybe I can get the job." "Thank you, Mr. Teague. It's kind of straining for me. Whoever heard of a tea cake being called Mr.? If you want to be real high-toned and call me Mr. Woods, that's the way you feel about it. If he wants to be a little friendly and call me tea cake, that would be real nice." He was closing and bolting windows all the time he talked. "All right then, thank you, tea cake. How's that? Just like a little girl with her Easter dress on, even nice." He locked the door and shook it to be sure and handed her the key. "Come on now, I'll see you inside your door and get on down to Dixie." Okay, so there's a little star right here. It's okay. A little star. Okay. Janie was halfway down the palm-lined walk before she had a thought for her safety. Maybe the strange man was up to something, but it was no place to show her fear there in the darkness between the house and the store. He had hold of her arm too, then in a moment it was gone. Tea Cake wasn't strange. Seemed as if she had known him all her life. Look how she had been able to talk with him right off. He tipped his hat at the door and was off with the briefest good night. So she sat on the porch and watched the moon rise. Soon its amber fluid was drenching the earth and quenching the thirst of the day. I'm going to look up amber. All right, y'all, that was the end of chapter 10. I'm halfway through the book. That's pretty much probably going to be my reading for the whole day. Take care, y'all.